fighting through screens, getting back in transition better, rebounding the ball better, much like they did 11 days ago. And offensively, Dan, they got to be ready to shoot. They were more tentative.
Carolina picked the pace up once or twice. If they do get a chance, maybe not allow a good defensive team like Tennessee to get set.
Boy, it's just hard to get through that wall of defenders.
Yep. It's a great catch.
That was
a decent pass.
Inside to Pringle. He knows what to do with it. Tennessee.
Nice pass. Oh, what a block.
And South Carolina stays with.
Active. Puts pressure, but you've got to get to the best shooter. You can't leave him open.
Lanier misfires there. Here's Jacoby Wright. 10-point game. 6:55 to go. Pringle. Oh, big slam over Okpara.
A good pass.
A lot of offense through him at the high post where he can get that ball and he can rip through for reversals. And he attacks the basket really good, as we just saw.
Over a dozen NBA scouts in attendance tonight. Certainly Asa Newell, one of the guys that they've got their eye on.
And that other guy right there.
How about the ability to feed it inside, put an assist in the step.
They are really putting effort out here and pushing South Carolina back beyond the three-point line, making it hard for them to operate.
Strong move to the
opportunity to do that.
Davis off the back iron, offensive rebound. Colin Murray Boyles, no, but the dunk foul.
Here comes a double team.
He gets it out. 3-ball on the way, and South Carolina clears it. Wouldn't go that time for Tyron Lawrence. Jacoby Wright now. They really pushed Butler out. He's trying for that handoff.
That was more of like a foul push out there.
Wright dumps it off to Pringle, working against Newell, trying to give him some of his own medicine, and it was kicked. Who touched it last? Kane runs it down, has it blocked by CMB. Outlet pass ahead. They give it off the lob. The push!
Inside, and a turnover. Hawks without the services of Adu Thiero today. The Gamecocks starting five. No surprise. Ugasuk, part of that starting unit. And Coach Lamont Paris telling us earlier today, a big game needed by CMB and Jamari Thomas. And how about a good gives it back?
I've seen that happening a lot more this year for some reason.
I see it a lot like near that corner and then stepping behind you on the sideline. Pringle double team, no matter, he's got 4. Well, you see the high. Good start for the home team. They'll get it back with a 4-point lead.
South Carolina playing through Colin Murray Boyles on the top of the key.
Boy, Pringle feels energized to start inside, and a chance for 3. To Pringle, monster step, and goaltending count the bucket. You know, it was interesting too. You and I saw it about an hour before tip-off. Arkansas assistant Chin Coleman gathered his team around the free throw line near the SEC logo on your screen right now, and kind of got into his guys a little bit, just encouraging them. Make sure you take this team seriously.
Well, I think that Adu has shown some life, and he's been a guy for the Razorbacks that they've been waiting to get back to what we remember from him.
Great look inside. Richmond off the mark, 62-29.
Well, we just previewed the Georgia-Texas game. Texas comes in here and gets a taste of what South Carolina can do.
And that game was not close. It wasn't a blowout like this, but it was
pretty dominant performance.
Very much so. Pringle's been dominant.
Another with the postseason around the corner. Caleb Brill dialed in. That's his first miss after a 4-for-4 start.
And great step out by Pringle. And Pringle, because of his size 6'10", right there, made Grill adjust his shot.
Johnson coming off a career-high 32 against Kentucky. Settled for the three, and it's too strong. Nola dish inside to Pringle.
That's where South Carolina being alert defensively.
Longhorns no field goal. More than 5 minutes. We're 12 and a half to go in the first. Horns will chase down Thomas. Ugasuk thinking about it. Now to Pringle. Onyema playing defense. Pringle the jump hook.
That's what he's capable of.
Back for a third time. Outside to Mark. And it's been that kind of night for Texas. The bounce pass. It's Pringle.
You know, we talked about
that moment, prompting the shift in the starting five. Thomas, here's Pringle again.
Right now, that's what wins.
You guys certainly had plenty of tough guys at South Carolina when you worked under Frank Martin. Collins, speaking of being tough, he fought for another offensive rebound. Gamecocks in transition, quickly in the front court. Wide open Pringle on a two-hand slam. One run for LSU in less than 2 minutes of action. The miss and the fall by Pringle, who's been silent.
Defense, South Carolina off to a great start, 77% from the field.
We asked Todd Golden today, what is your biggest challenge coming off the week that you just had? He said, you know what? It's a great question. The lob inside to Pringle. Carolina back up by 3. Pringle cleans it up.
Roy, veteran teams know how to play. Martin gave it back to the guy that knocked it away on the defensive end. Reward your teammates.
Pringle, a strong finish underneath.
Can take you off the bounce, and that's what makes them offensively so efficient, because they space the floor, but they can all dribble and pass.
Oh, there's that defense. Davis nearly took it away from Pringle. Murray Boyles was in a fortuitous spot that time. So late shot clock now for South Carolina. They work it around, lob it inside. This is Pringle. Got it. And a foul. Latest. By the way, congrats to Matt Morrell, who, again, 5th year at the program, is now 8th on the Ole Miss all-time scoring list. You know who he just passed? The athletic director. Keith Carter, the man he just passed. So, sorry, boss. There's Pringle, another and in Columbia. Thomas, little hesitation. Wild layup. Almost slam from the last 5 for the visitors.
They're going to have to do something with him. He's coming back in the game, demanding the ball in the post area and finishing.
A force right now inside. 4-point lead again for Ole Miss. Murray Boyles, he's got 18. Has it here, dumps it in. This is Pringle, 2-point ball game.
And Ugasuk, the sharpshooter from Helsinki, Finland, will step on the floor for the first time for South Carolina. Here's Pringle going one-on-one, Strick going up, gathers the ball, lowers his shoulder, and still puts it in. Nick, now the skip pass to Owe, 8 on the shot clock. As it is denied by Pringle.
That's what you expect to see from a veteran in the SEC.
Now here goes Pringle at the other end as South Carolina tries.
They don't want this game to get into a track meet. They want to sparingly run, attack on their terms only. And then when the defense is set, they want to continue to move the floor, take time off the clock.
Wraparound pass, David somehow finding
up immediately in a man-to-man. Thomas. Putback is there for Pringle.
That will pay dividends when it comes to the tournament time.
Thomas's floater no good, but the follow and now give him an assist. He put on the dime goggles there.
Nice job of the total few, really reading the high side, which is what South Carolina tries to defend, and using the backdoor cut to make himself available.
An all-around excellent first 20-plus minutes for Asa Newell. Inside, Pringle forces it up and in.
Yeah, 21 in the first meeting 3 weeks ago. Zachary Davis stopping by. strong putback for Nick Pringle.
We weren't very good. They enjoyed Bourbon Street.
Not a bad deal. And the guys making the trip down, great to see. Gamecocks got work to do. This game has been there for the taking. They've been able to hang around a little bit, unable to break through. They have not led in this game. And Nick Pringle with a spark inside for a moment.
Just bodied him and took it right at him.
When a big guy can get both feet in the paint as a scoring option, watch out.
Inside. Pringle muscles his. Gators like to play fast. Carolina plays slow. Murray Boyles picks up the loose change, and the Gamecocks will reset. Murray Boyles, not another three. Thought about it. Murray Boyles, big to big inside. Pringle right on con. 2 points are not valuable, and I'll take 2 points on every possession.
Yeah, Clayton has an advanced degree in two-point shooting.
Really
That's
does.
just too easy. That is
way too easy.
That's his 6th assist.
That ties a career high for Murray.
It's really slowed his game down. Here's more. They leave him wide open off the front of the rim. Rebound to Nick Pringle, the former Alabama Crimson Tide performer.
Pringle really wants to stay on the floor. Talked to him the other day at practice, and he felt him not playing as many minutes against Vandy really hurt the South Carolina team.
Little dump down to Pringle, working on Godwin, and that's why they want him on the floor.
To make Oklahoma bigger.
Pringle off the nice pass from Jacoby. Terribly, but it's Denver Jones who throws it in.
Soft touch, and he is so strong. Denver Jones, underrated defender as well. One thing Auburn does from a defensive end, they're so good defensively, they make you have to play one-on-one.
Pringle beats Cardwell, who gambled, and it's a throw.
South Carolina's defense on that high ball screen. Not allowing Pettiford to turn the corner, because what comes after that, he turns the corner. Uh-oh, lob. Throws that lob to Janai Broome.
Pringle going back to work. The physical big man scores it. Now he and Janai Broome with 4 to shoot.
You see how great Auburn's.
Boy, that's brilliant defense from Jones, isn't it? Ben Bozeman's Verdonk. It's South Carolina, new 20. Pringle converts. Regained the lead for the first time since the 8:35 mark in the first.
Getting out in transition. Getting hands in passing lanes. They get a couple of steals, finishes, defensive rebound, transition.
They lost their leader. They are inspired and motivated here, so their run continues. They retake the lead. Murray Boyles, bounce pass. Great look to Pringle. That is superior stuff from the Ugasuk to the rim. Jump stop, throws it up. Pringle has it. Pringle scores it. Boy, as great as shooter on there, we're going to try to do attack the perimeter, the guards, double team it, and create turnovers like that.
Absolutely, that's what they're doing. Not sitting back on their heels. South Carolina came out and played and punched in the mouth first. How do they respond on offense now?
Tamari Thomas, the senior transfer. And Jacoby Wright. Right back to Nick Pringle, the former.
That though, and get down here and get a bucket. It's time for them to score. You got to stop this. You got to stop this run by Alabama. I would force feed Colin Murray Boyles here.
Yeah, they got it. If they want to have any chance, they got to get 30 the ball a little bit, and that works too. Nick Pringle joining Brian Williams. Here's Nelson, can't get it to go, and Colin Murray Boyles with that rebound. They got to get him going.
Yes, they have to get him going, and he has to get himself going as well. Not to rely on the coach, go finishing.
Pringle with a nice move to the baseline, and Aiden Holloway step back. A little too strong, and a good rebound by Davis.
I'll get something out of it. If South Carolina get the ball to CMB, him or Pringle.
Ugasuk to Pringle. Found and counted. Nice work from Nick Pringle.
They got a bounce. Assist, Owen Short.
Yes. Murray Boyles, no. Pringle, yes. 15 points now for the diminutive point guard.
Do you think somebody in Hubbard's face bothers him?
I don't think so, because again, that high release. Springs for legs on a true jump shot every time out. Pringle carves out space down. Stops.
Yeah, Hubbard gets to the rim, so the big comes over to help, but nobody covers down on the weak side for the glass.
Thomas, blind feed, Pringle.
Another friendly roll, an 8-0 run for Presbyterian.
Yeah, there was a mismatch there, and good recognition by the Blue Hose to see Scott with a smaller defender on him, and he kept the ball, was able to score with his size and physicality.
Thomas, little in and out, throws it up top, and the slam from Pringle, plus the foul. Pringle, baseline, banging. Davis, pull up from the elbow, too strong, and Pringle is there, active on the glass. What is the key for Presbyterian to finish off this half strong?
Well, they got to continue to get up shots. They're getting good shots, as we see. They got to keep attacking to get those shots, and then they got to defend on the defensive end and rebound.
Right, driving baseline. Pringle once.
You see South Carolina going inside to him to score. Now here we go. We've got a little zone here. Presbyterian showing for the first time. So let's see what South Carolina does to offset that.
They go inside to Pringle. They find a big man again, and he throws it down with two hands.
Anytime that offensive guy turns his body on a screen, that is a foul. You have to be stationary for the screen.
South Carolina trying to take control of this game. Thomas turns the corner, drops it off, and Pringle finishes at the...
Thomas, shake and bake, kicks it to Studi. And it's tapped in.
On hand, Pat Adams, Joe Lindsay, William Covington. Underway, and the opening tap controlled by Carolina. Gamecocks have won 4 straight, Coach. They've been playing some good ball against top 25 Clemson.
The spacing for South Carolina is going to be extremely important. They like to do a lot of ball screens, roll the post.
5 to shoot. Here comes Wright. The dump off to Pringle. Inside. Bangs it in.
This game is really, really important to both of these teams because the winner of this has normally gone on and had a pretty good year now.
And we saw it last season. Both teams made the NCAA tournament. First time that's happened in the state since '98. Nick. Here's Chase Hunter. In and out. Thomas on the move. Former MEAC Player of the Year a season ago at Norfolk State. Newcomer of the year in that conference as well. Now playing in the SEC. The lob. Pringle. Inside. Got it to go. He's blocking on Studi. Double pump fake. Pringle stripped him. Blocking fell down. No whistle. Thomas. Pringle inside, another bucket. And the lead back down to 8. Gamecocks have never trailed tonight. Hunter slipped and fell. Murray Boyles the lob to Pringle, a little high-low. Here's Ugasa. Up and under, Pringle! Crossover by Chase Hunter. Outstanding defense by Pringle. Here comes Carolina. Pringle slams it home.
Carolina today. Jamari Thomas, Jacoby Wright, Miles Studi, Colin Murray Boyles, and Nick Pringle. No surprises, John.
No surprises there. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They've been the catalyst to the success so far for South Carolina. You got to stay with it.
They get it inside to Pringle for an easy bucket. Behind the arc, he's up to 40% on the season after a slow start the first couple of games. Tied a career high with 5 made threes against East Carolina last Saturday in the comeback win. Pringle. Against Pringle.
As much film as I've seen on Braylon Garcia, he has made it a habit of scoring over bigger defenders. Even though he's 6'6", he knows how to work angles, how to use his footwork to get that small amount of space needed to score. Oh, my goodness.
Boyles now covering Dean. Forces the tough miss. Murray Boyles bring it up for South Carolina. Now it's Pringle. 2
points now for Atkins. Mr. Dean, the other star freshman, picks up his 3rd foul, and he'll get a rest. Pringle. Another stop from Nick.
Nick Book is a lot more agile than most would think. I mean, he moves extremely well for his size. Plays strong. Not that strong. Process, the development process of it. You start to develop that offensive game.
Pringle unable to finish the lob, but he gets the putback off the ground. A soft touch from Helterhoff, junior forward from Germany. He's their biggest player at 6'10", 240. Matched up now with Pringle. There's a lob to Pringle. Oh, it goes in. And Thomas looks to push. Jamari Thomas on the run. Thomas is now down. Pringle converts his. Riley feeds Kaysen. He's stripped. John, we talked about the defensive intensity from ECU in the first half. How about from the Gamecocks in the second half? The lob to Pringle. It goes, and the foul.
I think also impressively, he works hard. He was in the gym after the Dartmouth game with Jaden Hastings, and it was a vetting school-like setting. He said, hey, Jaden, here's what you have to do as a big man. They were in the gym an hour and a half after that game as Pringle converts, and he'll have...
Really is a good rebounding guard. He's been a huge pickup for South Carolina. Norfolk State transfer, and he has manned that point guard position. He's defended. I think his defense at the point really has been disruptive for Boston College, and Akron down to 15.
Deion Brown, his first bucket of the night. Thomas, good pass to Pringle, the Alabama transfer, and the end.
You move the ball. That was just a nice play. It's funny how probably one of their best plays of the game was off an assist.
Got to move that basketball. Pringle deep underneath his basket.
Basketball. Now the Xavier fans are trying to motivate their team on the defensive end.
Cintas center south.
It's really what it is tonight.
Trying to be.
Yeah.
Double comes. Pringle open and jams it home.
Sean Miller had a nice conversation about him at practice. He is your prototypical Big East guard or forward.
And Pringle,
more importantly.
Well, South Carolina's got to try and find some offense. Second half shooting just 31% from the floor. Just 14 total points. Pringle down low and a chance for one more. Just went right in.
They're talking to each other. Oh, my fault. You know, I had this. You love any of that communication, even when the play doesn't go your way.
You got 6 seniors on the rotation of the 9 guys that see most of the playing time for Xavier. Pringle, fake baseline.
No.
Oh, boy.
I thought he was going to flush that. Oh.
Nick Pringle. Shoulders will pick up his first. There's the starting 5 for the Gamecocks. Right. Pringle posting up Shoulders. And Pringle converts inside. First
bench's reaction. Yeah, that is funny. Renew had the surprise kind of smile, kind of, what do you do with that? Take the 14-point lead and play some defense. South Carolina desperately trying to get the ball inside. That's a good look to Pringle, and there's 2.
There, you flash.
As we talked about, their other big fella, Murray Boyles, has 4. And now the lead back up to 17. Strong inside. Another shot for an amp.
He's got to be more efficient in making them. We know he can get to his pull-up, but those are the shots where Galloway's created for you. Instead of just shooting an open one, you travel.
7 turnovers now against Indiana. Thomas. Ugasuk left open. Speaking of left open, pass. Pringle knocks it down. Thomas out of control for a moment. Right. Pringle, another finish.
That was a good jump.
You could be right there in front of him. He's so active, so quick. He's able to maneuver around defenders and get himself another opportunity to score the ball.
Pringle converts against Mbeya.
Towson was really good at last year. They ranked high in the nation, top 10 in the nation in offensive rebounds.
And they had 7 rebounds in the opening loss at St. Mary's. Did not play against Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Davis gets it to Pringle. Working inside. Able to finish from in close.
Because of his length, because of his touch around the basket, he can get to his pull-up. He's very dangerous out there.
18 points in the opener at St. Mary's, 15 against Penn State Wilkes-Barre. Pringle finishes with some cut. His first of the night. Nay. Tough shot, won't go, in and out. The rebound for Ugasuk. They get inside to Pringle. Check by Jones. Another bucket for Pringle. He's got 10 seconds, and Wright kicks it to Studi. He's short. Offensive rebound for Canton Scott. Studi drives baseline and feeds Pringle. 9 rebounds now for Pringle. Towson 4 for 23 from behind the arc tonight, John.
Yeah, it's something that Towson has struggled with. And when you run an offense where you have the ghost screens, somebody's going to be open on the perimeter as long as you can show the ability to.
Turnovers, they've done that, but he said limit second chance shots on defense. They have not done that. 15 offensive rebounds so far for the Gamecocks and 11 second chance points. Thomas looking for help, gets it in Pringle. Pringle against Jones. Yeah, that was State drops it off to Dubinsky. Instead, it's Teal. The heat check misses, John.
Yeah, and right now, South Carolina's starting a little sluggish in the second half, thinking that this South Carolina State team will lay down. This is the type of team that is coached to just continue to play hard no matter what.
Pringle with the finish inside and one for Coach Martin.
Outstanding, outstanding. But you know what I am sad about? I'm sad they didn't bring their band.
I've seen them at some football games.
Goodness,
they're terrific.
The band can get after it.
Gamecocks looking to build on a 14-point lead. Under 10 minutes remaining.
It's been
good look to Pringle inside.